I get it. You put him in jail to make sure he doesn't do anything to get himself killed.
I don't know what you mean. I put him under arrest, that's all.
Got a soft spot for that kid?
Huh?
Kinda figures that you would have. You're not from around here either.
Why'd you get involved in that fight?
Why'd I jump those goons? I was just trying to fit in by participating in the local festivities.
Huh?
It's a fun town.
Mr. Kadama? May I come in? A little walking around money, for meals and such.
That'll cover more than I'll ever eat.
That's the report that we received from the authorities in Sendai.
Regarding your inquiry about Genzo Araki, we are able to supply the following information. It is true that upon resigning his position
With the railroad, Mr. Araki relocated to Sendai with his wife and family. According to our records, Mr. Araki was employed for 5 years as a truck driver for a shipping company. Enrollment records show that his eldest daughter attended high school and his 2 younger children elementary school here in Sendai. After this 5-year period, the family moved again, apparently to Tokyo, and we have no further information on them. Their address while residing in Sendai is provided below.
This Genzo Araki you're looking for seems to be a hard fellow to find. First he was here, then he moved to Sendai, then he moved to Tokyo, and there's no telling where he might have moved from there. And so, after all you've gone through, you're right back at square one. So, I suppose you'll be leaving town now.
I think I might just stick around here for a while.
Oh?
You see, an executive at Ginzami Industries offered me a position, and I've decided to take him up on it.
Ginzame, you can't be serious.
What's so surprising about that? After all, a guy's gotta eat, doesn't he?
But I'll pay you.
No offense, but I think I'll let them pick up the tab today.
Glad to have you back with us. I don't mind telling you we weren't exactly thrilled at the idea of you working for the other side. A guy like you would have really kept us on our toes. But I knew you'd come back. This calls for the good stuff, a toast. What's the matter? Drink up. Oh, of course you want to wait for my brother. I mean the president to show up before we toast our new partnership, is that it? Oh, that's understandable. He just got back in town today. Of course, we may not see him for a while. He had to visit his lady friend first. You know how it is. She's the owner of the Araki Inn. He's got to keep an eye on her. Word is that fat fool Tanakura's been hanging around the inn trying to put the moves on her. Still, it's nice that you and me have this chance to get to know each other. Isn't that right, George? Say, you don't mind me calling you George now, do you?
I'm gonna go get something to eat.
Sure, why not try the Araki Inn?
That place sounds too crowded.
Hey, hold on a second. It's kind of an advance. Go on, take it. I'll look bad with the boss if you don't. Don't look so worried. I won't ask you for a receipt.
This would buy a lot of ramen.
What's that?
Nothing. Hey, Master. The other day I took a trip out to that swamp.
Yeah? What happened?
Nothing, if you don't count being fired at with a shotgun.
A shotgun, huh? I wouldn't take it personally. There's a lot of hunters with shotguns around here, and they don't always wait for duck season to open. What are you gonna do? Yeah, I'll lay you odds that's all it was. An eager beaver duck hunter. Some of these guys are nuts. Will shoot at anything that moves. Here you go. The ramen special, al dente.
So, you don't think they were aiming at me?
I don't know. But like I say, some of these clowns will shoot at anything. Maybe you ought to go to the police.
Well, we don't exactly get along. Me and the police.
I mean it. The next time I go out of town, you should come with me.
What for? To carry your briefcase?
Oh, I had other duties in mind for you.
Yo, heads up.
Huh?
Get the boss! Sir, it's Tanakura!
What do you mean?
A drive-by! 3 shots fired from a white truck!
That does it. I've had enough of this. Nobody shoots at my inn.
Get Fukujiro on the phone. Tell him to round up everybody. 2 can play at this game, Tanakura.
All of Ginzame Industries has been put on full alert, sir. They're mobilizing all their muscle.
And you haven't a clue what the hell is going on?
We've got all our men on it, sir.
Okay. Get me the chief. I want to talk to him now.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Hey, George, come here. I'm glad to see you. We've just been attacked by that fool Tanakura.
Tanakura? Why?
What do you want?
This is George Kodama, a new associate I just hired.
Who authorized you to hire anyone?
Oh, well, I thought...
Never mind, we'll talk about it later. Now, back to the matter at hand. Correct me if I'm wrong, Detective, but I was the one attacked. So tell me, why then have the police surrounded my offices as if we were the ones under arrest?
Now, Mr. Shiragane, you know we're just here to protect you, in case Tanakura attacks again.
So you're admitting he was behind it. Is that the official police position? Is it?
I didn't mean that. We don't have any suspects so far, just some leads.
Is that right? And what sort of leads, may I ask?
Well, at first we thought it might be some hunters out for a joyride. You know how crazy they can get. But the slugs were from a .38 revolver. A handgun.
I wouldn't know anything about that. Guns make me nervous.
We did find the shooter's truck abandoned.
Were you able to trace it? Who owned the truck, Detective?
It was registered to a subsidiary of Tanakura Industries.
Of course it was. Tanakura's fingerprints are all over this thing, and you know it. What kind of song and dance are you cops trying to pull here?
Fukujiro, calm down. I'm sure the police will catch the perpetrator, whoever it was.
You can count on it, sir. That's our job.
I can't tell you how relieved I am to hear that. By the way, where's your boss tonight, Detective? Having a drink with an old friend by any chance? I'll say this for him, he's a lucky man, that Tanakura. It must come in handy being such a close friend to the chief of police. All right, you can show Detective Saeki out.
So we're done here?
Yes, and the detective's a very busy man. He's got to protect us from Tanakura. But I'm warning you, Detective. If the police fail to bring this perpetrator to justice, we'll just have to do it ourselves. In our crude but rather effective way. What's your name? George? I hope that you've been paying attention, because it could be you who gets that little job. We've got to have you doing something to earn your keep.
Relax. We've got the Genzami crew bottled up in protective custody. They can't make a move without us knowing it. So what's really going down? You can trust me. What you tell me stays in this room. Believe me, you're not the only one who'd love to get rid of that bunch.
Well, now, that's very comforting to know, Chief. But there's nothing I can tell you. At least not yet. But don't you worry, I'll get to the bottom of it. Even if I have to tear this town apart.
We've had enough trouble.
I'm afraid you're going to have a lot more unless you run that Genzame crew out of town. Understand?
This is getting ridiculous. My customers are terrified, tourists are staying away, business is in the tank. You'd think I'd be safe, what with having both the Genzame and Tanakura crews as regular customers, but that just makes things worse. It's like being ground zero in a war zone. I don't know. Maybe it's time I close the inn down.
Nope, can't do that, Sanae. This town would never be the same. Here's an idea. Never thought of getting yourself a bodyguard?
Getting a what?
Your own personal tough guy. Fight fire with fire.
That's a crazy idea. On the other hand, who knows? It might be worth a try. But where am I supposed to find a bodyguard I can trust? I could never hire someone from around here. Every pistol-packing tough guy in this town is already on the payroll of one side or the other.
He's not from around here.
Huh? That guy? He's like a stray dog. And it's ever since he showed up that things have gone really crazy around here. I mean, we've had plenty of fights and bloody noses, but nobody's shooting off guns at the front door of my inn.
Yeah, he's a trouble magnet, all right. It seems someone tried to pepper him with a shotgun out by the swamp the other day. Stray dog like that might make a good watchdog, if you could get a leash on him. I'd give it some thought if I were you.
Huh?
You! I am so mad at you! You big jerk! You creep! You bully! You loser! You jerk! How could you just disappear like that?
What the heck?
We wouldn't be jealous now, would we?
I wonder if she even knows how to tie her shoes yet.
I didn't think so.
Listen, will you talk to him for me if you get a chance?
Oh, I'll get a chance, all right. Kid's in here all the time. He's crazy about my ramen.
Is that right? Well, put his next meal on my tab.
No problem.
Welcome back, Miss Miyuki.
I found my bodyguard, and he agreed to escort me home.
Good, because Mr. Tanakura would like a word with him.
Wait a second, come on, he just brought me home.
This way, please.
What's your game? You wouldn't be trying to cause trouble in this town, would you? Look, I don't know anything about you. I don't know who you are or what you're up to. Did you have anything to do with that shooting last night?
Well, well. Isn't that interesting? The head of the Genzami group seems to think you were to blame for that incident.
Me? I had nothing to do with it. Listen, I have to live in this town. Do you think I'd turn it into a battlefield?
Sure it wasn't someone at the low end of the totem pole?
I can trust every one of my men. Listen up. Here's a little advice, my friend. If you're smart, you'll hop the next train out of here.
Thanks for the suggestion. I'll sure give it some thought.
George, what is it? Are you in trouble with my father? He's really not so bad. Please don't go.
Just stay out of it, kid, okay?
Will you cut it out? I'm not a child. So stop treating me like one.
Thanks, man. I am your humble servant.
You better be. That's a lot of money for driving a truck for 15 minutes.
I ain't complaining. Anytime you want another drive-by done, you just give me a call.
All right, now beat it and keep your mouth shut.
Don't you worry, boss. You know me, I won't breathe a word.
What's wrong? What the?
Naughty, naughty.
Well, if it isn't you again. Good. Now we can finish what we started the other day. No more playing around. This time's for keeps! Yeah!
Yo, like what's up with the mummies, dude?
Hey, man, get me out of here. Ah!
Hey, that's Sam.
So, you're in on it too.
Huh?
What the?
What do you want?
Have you gone mad?
I found some friends of yours.
You what? You idiots! My throat! I get lost! Ow, sorry! Ooh, not there! Well, you see, I thought if I could make it look like a Tanakura raid, we'd have the excuse we need to declare open war. We could finally get rid of them. They've been a pain in your ass for so long.
So you thought you'd round up Raccoon and his boys, and then you bribed Tanakura's pathetic ex-chauffeur.
Yeah, and a truck that had been registered to one of his companies.
What a brilliant scheme. Do me a favor, Fukujiro. Next time you get an idea in that empty head of yours, just keep it to yourself.
Right. Sorry, sir.
Well then. What do you suggest we do now, Mr. Kodama?
So far, we're the only ones who know what really happened. But Tanakura's bound to figure it out.
Sooner or later, yes.
Blame it on the chauffeur who was pissed off about getting fired, and get him out of town as quick as you can.
Not bad. Make it happen, Fukujiro.
Right. It's done. What's this mean, George?
That's more ramen than I could ever eat.
ずに今日もまた言い出せない水たまりに映る君が笑った僕はため息を一つこぼした君が僕の手を引いて二人ゆっくり歩き出す
There's a woman who's dragging her past. She lives between the lights and the shadows. The family bond that slipped through her fingers and disappeared into thin air. A fugitive comfort and sealed memories, but the frozen sins begin to melt. Next time on episode 4, The Beauty and the Poison. Sorry, but I'll be hanging around for a while.